Hello, all you ghosts and goblins out there. I am Andrew,
I'm Ashton.
And I'm John.
and we are the Night Scholars, exploring the mystifying world of cryptids, ghosts, ghouls, and all things supernatural. Today, we're talking about the Welsh's favorite rapping horse, the Mari Lwyd. How you guys doing today?
It is cold for Texas, but actually quite comfortable outside, so this will be an interesting one to talk about when it comes to winter traditions.
Oh yeah, it's bitter cold over here today in West Virginia. We had our first snow in the area I live in today.
Nice. Yeah, I keep getting very upset when it is cold here, but there's absolutely no water, so there's no snow. It's just like, what's the point if there's not going to be any snow at all?
That is correct.
I
Really
live
cold to
on
just be snowing.
I live on a hill, so I prefer if it does not snow because that means I have to park at the bottom and then hold on to my gate as I try to walk down my driveway without falling.
That
Have
would
you
be
considered living
unfortunate.
somewhere where it doesn't snow and isn't that much of a pain?
I wish I could.
Now, would you happen to run into any rapping horses on your way up that hill?
No, I've never ran into any horse that tried to rap battle me for entry into my home.
What about people carrying a stick figure with a horse's skull on it?
No, you could expect to see something probably similar to that here, but not that specific thing.
Wait, are you implying that you have seen a cryptid before?
Not a cryptid, just you know, crackheads doing crackhead things.
There we go.
You can say
Which
that.
is in itself a future cryptid because somebody's going to see it as something that it is not.
That we can't prove exists.
Yep. No,
Yeah,
I swear I saw them.
yeah. Mothman stole my catalytic converter in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
I've heard about that.
The Jersey Devil stole my donuts.
It did. You don't even want to know what Bigfoot did.
I kind of do.
That's for a different episode. I'm not going to say it here.
Wow. Just make us wait, why don't you?
I have to make sure it's something I'm allowed to say. uh,
Damn it, Andrew.
Well,
all I'm going to say is it was behind the Waffle House. Anyway, our subject today, the Mari Lwyd. Everyone's favorite rapping ghost horse. What do you have on that, Sean?
Honestly, the origins of it are kind of varied. I can't tell if it was ever actually a creature or if it was just a, hey, this is something stupid and fun to lighten our mood during the Christmas season. But I did trace it back to at least the 19th century with possible origins and even further back. So, uh, um, most of the research was just on how the tradition has evolved over the years, not whether the creature, the Mari Lwyd, actually existed.
Okay, that's fair.
yeah,
Uh,
that's about what I have too, but it is nice that we have a 575 verse poem about him, which I'm about to read for you all right now.
You thought this was a cryptid podcast. This is actually Ashton practicing her poetry podcast.
You are so welcome. So it begins with Mari Lwyd was a rapper. She raps so well. And then it just goes on for 575 stanzas of that.
I don't think that's the beginning of it.
Honestly, with how weird the
I
Mari
am
Lwyd
looking
is.
at the very legitimate source www.whoisthatrapper.com.
Is the Mari Lwyd one?
I believe it.
it.
100% valid.
Yeah, it's legit. Like, it's not a secure website or anything, but like, I think this is the truest source of all things cryptids
Oh yeah.
and poetry.
Yeah. So going back to the origin of this thing. I do see what you said about the 19th century. In Welsh. What is that place called?
Wales.
In Wales. Sorry, I am extremely tired. Yes, I seen what you were saying about it being there in the 19th century in Wales. I saw something else that said it possibly dated back further in Celtic folklore.
I saw something about Anglo-Saxon times had the wassailing tradition that this is loosely based on.
Yeah, because I've seen some things that tie to Christianity as well, saying it's like a representation of Holy Mary, which I think is it's based off what it translates to, which is either Grey Mane or Grey Mary. They'll link it in the Christianity sense to, I guess, having to do with Mother Mary looking for a place to stay to have the birth of Jesus Christ in Christianity.
Yeah, on the Wales official website for this, it says that Mari Lwyd was pregnant when Mary and Joseph were looking for a place to stay, and there were too many other animals in the barn, and so this one was banished, and while it was pregnant, and has roamed the earth ever since.
It's kind of sad, actually.
It is.
It's a very sad origin, because the origins I found in the 19th century said this was a tradition of fun and silliness, not a tradition of sadness. So,
Well, you're talking
honestly,
about
it would make sense.
That's the tradition you're talking about. Ashton's talking about more about
The origins.
the origin
But
of
there is
Yeah.
also a lot of belief that this one, along with a bunch of other pagan beliefs, kind of got pushed around because of Christianity.
Yeah, and got
I was just trying to say that Christianity being Christianity, it would make sense that they took something incredibly sad and made it happy and joyful.
I think they
So-
actually like tried to banish it, and they thought that it was completely gone for, and then they found out that a couple of different villages still celebrated it, and then it just gained popularity back again.
and kind of like how we got Christmas trees, right? Those were
Yep.
started as part of the pagan rituals for the winter solstice.
Dude. Because you think about it, like Christmas has really like changed how we view this time of the year, but like especially if you live where Andrew lives, this time of the year sucks. Like there's no actual like joy. It's like cold, like a bunch of families like lost their children. Like it actually was kind of like a more miserable time. So
Yeah.
of course there would be like more darker traditions.
I mean, especially coming here and like going back into the 1900s, the 19 was it the 20s? I want to say. When the Battle of Blair Mountain and all that happened, when things were going bad at the coal mines, and a lot of times, families would be thrown out of the company towns in the winter time. And it really is. I mean, if you take away all the traditions and stuff, the winter time just kind of sucks, you know?
Yeah, which is why this kind of started, was what I was seeing, that it was poor people who would go and like knock on the doors of
Rich.
homes that had, yeah, like the rich homes that had fireplaces, and it was basically them trying to be able to like warm themselves up for a little bit. Or
Yeah.
did either of you see that and can expand on it?
No, I didn't really see anything on that, but it would make sense. It's a clever way of survival Oh, and if you're that poor and that cold, you're gonna try anything to get entry to where there's warmth and food.
I've seen something like that. That's where like the whole tradition of wassailing kind of came from. Was people doing that in the wintertime? Going to someone's door trying to convince them through song, why they should let you in, which is kind of, I guess, how like Christmas caroling got started as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. When I saw the wassailing tradition, it's mostly evolved into caroling. Although there are still some wassailers out there. There's, I can't really explain the
Yeah,
difference. They were very
I've read what you're
vague about
talking
it.
about, Ashton. I can't really expand on it necessarily, but I have seen what you're talking about.
I'm just thinking about how cool of a word wassailing is.
It
It's
is.
just so
It
But
much
is.
better than caroling.
So, Ashton,
so Andrew.
would you like to tell us what happens when the Mari Lwyd shows up at your door?
Sure. So basically with Mari Lwyd, it's a hobby horse with a horse's skull on it, or like a makeshift one, I'm sure, like nowadays. And if they come to your door, if the people holding this hobby horse come to your door and knock, then you have to engage with them in this rhyming battle. And you will also sing several verses and engage in a battle of wits. And that typically is about like insults and rhymes that you are spitting back and forth with each other. So long as the family that you are coming up to is successful, like if you are one of the people coming to the door with a horse, then you can be let in and you can have alcohol with them. And also, I saw that the Mari Lwyd is known for mischief and chasing people and stealing things, but allegedly you're supposed to have good luck if they enter your home. So,
You also have to fight them off. Like, you don't want to give them entry too easily.
yeah, I mean, like, it's an epic rap battle.
Of
Of
history.
history? See, quit taking my jokes, Andrew.
That's what it is. It's or in the folklore part of it, it's the horse itself that would show up and or the ghost horse would show up and kind of do the same thing you just said. And it's really just a fun game because I mean, it does bring good luck, and a lot of people thank it for bringing good luck once it's entered their home. But, you don't want to let it in too easily, right? It's a fun little battle of wits, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently, from what I read, they come in, they'll drink some. Normally people have like snacks for them, kind of deal. Some of them drink, some of them to eat. It's really just a good time, and I do like the way the tradition is. The people act like it's actually the spirit itself, right? Like, sure, they know it's just some guys in a sheet with a horse head.
Yeah.
But they do interact with it as if it is the actual Mari Lwyd of legend.
So what you're saying is the Mari Lwyd was the original Muppet, because everybody acts with the Muppets like they're real people.
Yeah, and I think it's just really fun. I mean, I think that's just a nice little tradition. I have a what is it? Suspension of belief, right? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Suspension of disbelief. Yep.
Yeah. Have that and kind of just play along with it. Like that's wonderful. Kind of like what we do here with Santa Claus, with the kids, right?
Now,
Yes. Mari Lwyd comes through your chimney at nighttime.
I would be
I mean,
kind
that'd
of
be a little bit.
concerned if a skeleton ghost horse came through my chimney. I don't even have a
Does that
chimney.
not happen to you each year? I just assumed that that was what you got for Christmas each year.
What, a ghost
Isn't that the
horse?
start of a Christmas
Mm.
Carol, anyways?
Coming through your chimney to
Yeah.
haunt you.
Maybe. I don't know. I just kind of see these red eyes outside my window every night. It's probably nothing, though.
I mean, probably.
Actually, when I was a child, I had the reoccurring dream of red eyes, like, all around my room. Had it for years.
Weird. Well, luckily that's not how the Mary Lwyd is described. So
Usually
I think you're good.
green-eyed.
Do you have the description of it?
I don't have like I'm going to read the last stanza. I am actually going to read the last few stanzas of the Mary Lwyd poem that kind of talks about him, and then Sean can give the more accurate, non-poetic version. But this is from the very end of it. It's like, "Oh, white is the frost on the breath and blared panes, and the starlike fire within. And our Mary is white, and her starry reigns, starved through flesh and skin. It is the skull we carry, and the ribbons of a bride, bones of the night frost parry, bones of the fire inside. None can look out and bear that sight, none can bear that shock. The Mary's shadow is too bright, her brilliance is too black. None can bear that terror. From a pendulum swings back of the stiff and stuffed and stifled thing gleaming in the sack. Midnight, 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 midnight. Hark at the hands of the clock." Also, I did not drink for this episode in celebration. That is not happening at all with why my words are slurred.
No.
Of course not. That would be ridiculous.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. But anyways, that's
Now,
what the Mary Lwyd looks like, is white and starry reigns with flesh and skin and ribbons of a bride.
Yeah. I have
I mean,
a description
that's
here of
pretty accurate.
Yeah, and I have a description here of the hobby horses dressed up like. I'm just gonna kind of read it verbatim here for you guys. Uh, Mari Lwyd is a tradition in which a horse skull is draped in bells, ruins, which are little symbols, not like a torn down building, little symbols. And colored ribbons. Each year, the Mari Lwyd will be taken from house to house, asking for entry via song. The Mari Lwyd would be accompanied by its merry men, which I don't think we've talked about yet, who would join in song and play fiddles. It was normally accompanied by a Punch and Judy show. Do you guys have do you have what a Punch and Judy show is?
Yes, I'm actually very familiar with those. There are two little dolls that are used in traveling minstrels. Oh, that were usually excessively violent towards each other. They would often, and as they were telling jokes, they would often try and beat the other one up for the entertainment of the audience.
So slapstick puppets is what I'm hearing.
Correct.
Yeah. So are they the original ones and then everybody else copied them?
Punch and Judy are the original name, or is the original names of that style. I don't know if that's the original name of them. But
Sounds creepy.
Kinda is. I mean, puppets are kind of
Like,
creepy
that's
in
so much
general.
worse for me than the Mary Lwyd. The Mary Lwyd is precious horse.
It
Little
is.
dolls, though, just seem creepy.
Well, that's the Merrymen.
so
Now, I like the idea a lot of them playing the fiddle.
And I just imagine that this is just a very
I remember,
weird group of D&D characters showing up at your door with a hobby horse and saying, "Please give us alcohol." And then people are just like, "We really don't want you."
see, I like the idea of this
that's enough.
the Mary Lwyd, this ghost skeleton horse, showing up at your door with these guys playing fiddles, and it just starts getting down with the devil went down to Georgia, or just starts going in with some ZZ Top,
Could you be any more of a hick?
I'm not a hick, but I'm a redneck's difference.
Fair enough.
Eh,
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know.
sure
Now-
could, Bubby,
I would say that you're more hick than redneck.
I don't know.
Because I think that people who are not from like the South just have a completely different interpretation of redneck.
What do you mean? Redneck started here.
Josh. Yes, but the South ruined it.
They did. No, they're the Hicks. But
So here's the question of the hour: if a ghost skeleton horse showed up your door, or engaged you in a rap battle for all the alcohol in your house, could you beat it?
I think Ashton
I know I
could.
sure couldn't.
No, I would just be like, you want to come in and have alcohol? Okay, come in and have alcohol with me. This seems like a good night.
Oh yeah. You gotta put up at least a little bit of a fight though, just for the fun of it.
Yeah, I mean, they'd probably be like, "Hello, I am the rap horse," or whatever the first stanza of the poem that I read earlier said. And then I'd be like, "Yo, I'm bad at rap. Come on in, yo."
Like
That would be my contribution. It would suck.
sorry, when you
Man,
said
I am
that
so excited to listen to this episode back.
yeah. When you said
This
that, I was
episode is
thinking
going to be
of
a chaotic
Jesse
disaster.
Pinkman from Breaking Bad.
Yep. Yeah. We
Yo.
just need to make a clip of Ashton saying "yo" so many times.
Can Ashton do the Skylar White thing?
I actually very much can do that, and I don't know if I want to do that though.
uh,
Oh
That's
God.
absolutely brilliant, honestly. Kudos to her for that one.
yeah. uh, no, it does seem like a fun little holiday tradition.
It does. Like, it kind of makes all of ours kind of seem lame.
Yeah, what if instead of
Uh,
rap though, it's like slam poetry back and
oh
forth?
God.
I mean, it is typically insults,
Yeah,
so it very much is a rap battle.
yeah. I was gonna say something about slam poetry being an insult to my ears, but I don't think I'm allowed to say that.
I
Well,
mean, you just
considering
did, so
Yeah,
considering one of your co-hosts is a slam poet.
I
yeah.
would not call myself a slam poet.
I mean, I write poetry, but well, lyrics, whatever, same difference. But it just helps keep my brain active because I like to mess with wordplay a lot.
Fair, fair.
Okay. Sorry. I was just doing like a private little like beatboxing rap to myself. I'm back though. What are we
Okay.
talking about?
Now, why would you hide that from our listeners?
Oh, I mean, they'll get to listen to it when it's perfected.
Oh yeah.
Look, we're gonna have a very special episode with all of these things that we say that we're going to do one day.
That's all right. One day I'll let them listen to the black cat hat rap that I wrote one morning at 4 a.m. when I was like 20.
Oh
Nice.
God. Yeah. Listen, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, that has to be released. I can't do it at 100 subscribers.
Yeah,
You would do it
subscribers
at 2
slash listeners slash whatever. Yeah.
slash horses that are ghosts now.
Yeah, if there's any ghost horses out there, like hit us up. We'll let you in.
Yeah, honestly.
I will provide you with mudslides, peach whiskey, and Red's apple ale.
Oh, you don't
I
even have
will
good
provide you
apple
with
ale.
creme de menthe because that's all I have right now because obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I will supply you with water from my water cooler because I don't have any alcohol in the house.
I think
Indeed.
I think
I
the
mean, honestly, you are the better friend.
yeah I think the only thing I have at the house is the mudslide like Bailey's stuff, which it's pretty good in coffee, but I don't drink it much out. I don't drink much in general, but it's all right.
Okay, so back to the Mari Lwyd history, I think that we were still talking about the merrymen that it's around.
Yes, the fiddle players, yes.
I couldn't find anything on fiddle players specifically, but I did see that there is a super fancy gentleman who leads the Mari Lwyd around from house to house, like just the fanciest outfit they can possibly have next to a skeleton horse.
That's amazing.
Does he have a top hat?
Yes, he does.
I'm sold. They could come in.
Right. Like, I'm sorry, but they're not getting an epic rap battle. Like, they are welcome into my house with open arms.
A fancy man and a ghost horse, come right in.
Yep.
Right. Like, I could get murdered very easily if you meet that criteria. Because I will let you into my house.
I mean, you've let me into your house looking like a hobo, so an actual fancy person.
I've let you into my house looking like a clown, too.
That's true.
I mean,
I was not the only clown at your party either. It's the funny thing.
Doesn't he always kind of look like a clown, though?
You know, I've only seen him like 8, 10 times, and I would say yes. The majority of the
people in
times
it.
he did.
One of them was even intentional.
Indeed. That's like the whole history of them, or do they actually have a history? Or what is the well-dressed man's history?
Did they have a
I
name
could
for
not
him?
find anything on. No, I couldn't find anything on that. Other than that there is typically a fancy gentleman who leads the horse around. I guess just to act as a guide, since the horse has as weird glowing eyes it can't see very well.
I think the merrymen are just kind of like what we would call
Parlors.
carolers. I mean, basically, they join in the songs. It only fiddle is kind of like a throwaway like word here. That's just something that I would have sometimes. I don't know. Maybe it was other instruments if they had them available, but I mean, that's just the one that it lists.
So what would they like? What do they sing back and forth to each other? Like, is it anything specific?
I
I
mean,
tried to find the lyrics, but I could not. But it seems to be very well-known things of call and response.
yeah, and it's all in Welsh.
I mean, all three of us speak that,
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
that's fine.
Oh, fluently.
Especially Andrew.
Oh yeah.
He did not have to re-record our intro.
No, I got it the first time, just like always. By the way, guys, yeah, I do a specific intro on every episode. If you all haven't noticed, that's not pre-recorded.
But the rest of the episode is.
Oh yeah, Like I'm snoozing already. I don't even know.
Right. Did you say a new episode came out 5 days ago? I don't know. I've been asleep.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Are you?
no, I am actually I do the intro and I'm also the main editor. So it comes out when I am able to get it out. We try to aim for like the 15th and the like 1st of every month. We're already 4 days past due for the 15th, but you guys got a Krampus episode, so be grateful for that.
So cram it.
We did.
Yeah. Or somebody offer to edit it for free. I might let you. I don't know.
I have offered to edit it for free.
Ashton has. I might let her edit this one. We'll see.
I'm so glad that you have so much confidence in my skills.
I'm just very particular about the way I do things. I'm sure you'll do fine though.
He doesn't have confidence in me.
I'll be alright. It's not difficult. I mean, if you can edit your videos, you can edit sound. I mean,
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
exactly.
What if I can't dodge either?
And you might have a problem.
I might have a concussion.
Oh no, I think you would definitely have a concussion.
Sean, do you believe in the Mari Lwyd?
I don't believe in the Mari Lwyd. I think it's a nice tradition. I think it's absolutely hysterical. Oh, but I don't think it was ever an actual creature.
Alright, what about you, Ashton?
I think that it was so possible that it could have been that's why it's really hard to come up with history of it because of how much it was washed out by belief in its paganism.
Yeah, Christianity has tended to do that with a
Agreed.
lot of pagan beliefs.
It's just this one, it seems weird that you really can't find exact information.
No, because I
But
mean,
now I know that that's typical for a lot of cryptids, but like this one just seems like there was purposeful erasure and in good measure.
I think you're on to something there.
So what about you, Andrew?
I do think it exists, and I will happily welcome this horse to clip clop and jingle jangle its way up to my door and engage in a rap battle with me, at which point I will lose and let it into my home.
How would you rap to it?
How? Poorly, probably. I cannot
I just
freestyle, so...
darn, I thought you were gonna close us out with a little rap.
No. However, though, join us next time on the Night Scholars, where Ashton will mysteriously adopt. Thank you again, our ghosts and goblins, for listening to. Thank you again, our ghosts and goblins, for listening to each other. The Night Scholars. Don't answer the scratch. You all be good to each other.
Or do.
Don't answer the scratching at you. But most important,
Or do.
stay safe out there. But most importantly,
Good night.
stay safe out there.
Good night.